million figure that you gave, that's strictly salary.
Right. That's what I'm going to present to the commission.
You said before over $5 million for salary.
Well, I pared it down. I mean, the commission has that. We've got some ideas to pare it down. That's what they hired me for.
How are you doing that?
There's some job classifications downward, which both the commission and the Joint Legislative Committee have to approve, and there's some jobs that we're going to leave unfilled or not, or eliminate.
Is this in response to criticism?
No, it's in response to the business plan.
So what, are you eliminating any positions over 100 grand?
I don't have any. I don't have any left over 100. I might have one left over 100. I got one.
I noticed that there's on the lottery website, you no longer has a banking and claims director.
It's called a treasurer. It's different.
So you reclassify it?
Yeah, from an in something to end down to an in something. That'll be one of them.
Is there any others?
There's one more reclassification, and then there's, I think, 8 positions that we will recommend they either not fill or eliminate.
So is that, so going down from 88 to 80?
Well, I think it's going down to 78 or 77. Now the commission will hire an internal auditor and a staff person to fill that, which I have no control over, as you know. And so whatever they do is up to them. So I'm talking about the ones I have control over.
So this question, you're talking about cutting the amount spending on salaries, you're talking about cutting the number of positions, but it's not in response to criticism over management salaries?
Well, what I would suggest to you is this. I came out here. I looked at 5,000 applications. I saw the talent. I think we can get by with the talent we have out here now, with the job classifications, the way we project them. And that's one of the reasons they hired me, was to give them recommendations like that. I didn't know what entirely the economic environment was out here, the number of applications for jobs, the competition for jobs, or whatever. So I do now. And then there's some positions I think we ought to look at eliminating, or at least not filling, just because I think we can do a world-class lottery without it.
So this was the plan all along. This isn't because of the criticism.
Well, let me again tell you this. I got out here. I started looking at, I didn't know whether I was going to have 100 applications or 5,000. I didn't know what the talent and skill levels were out here. I do now. Now, I took the organization chart and the job classifications, the number of N classifications, C classifications that we prepared before we arrived on the scene. We now have had a chance to survey all those, and we have looked at the skill sets and matched them with the job classifications and postings. We think that we can pay the base pay for all those classifications, and that's what we're going to suggest in our commission.
Is that going up tomorrow?
Hopefully.
What do you think about David Johnson, as co-chair of the Oversight Committee, has raised the possibility of restricting the pay scale more for the lottery jobs?
I don't want to get involved in politics. I mean, they have to do what they have to do.
So it would affect your
well, I can't control what somebody else does. I can only control what I'm doing. Again, strictly what I'm looking at is taking them from 0 to something positive, and then they can make a judgment on what we've done.
If that came up next
year,
would you speak against it?
No. I mean, it's up to the members of the House and Senate to make that decision, not me. I mean, I want to be judged on what I've done. Now, if they want to do that, then they'll do it. Well, I don't understand what you want.
The work Bernie has been doing on the Senate Pro Tem
Like who?
Like Aldridge.
What do you say to the idea of hiring the best people, regardless of their associated with? Well, that's what I did. I mean, if you want to take cronyism, you can take cronyism. Now, I've worked with Miss Baldridge and Miss Frazier. I don't know what Miss Frazier was around period of time. Miss Baldridge, there on the 4th of July at 9 o'clock. She was there last Saturday night at 12:30 at night. I think if she was somebody's crony, she'd probably be, doing something else, enjoying herself.
Were there any other recommendations that had special weight to you in any of your hires from Arkansas besides looking at applications?
Like, what do you mean recommendation?
From lawmakers?
Well, I've been barraged by phone calls, emails, of people looking for jobs. And so a lot of them have references of people that have some impact on it. No? Why would it? Because if I hire the wrong person, I've only got, let's say now, 78 or 77 or whatever it's going to be. I can't make a mistake.
When you mentioned to the crowd that if I was in Arkansas City at home at this point, maybe I'd be scratching my head too over some of these. Was that just merely just to reiterate the fact that it's a difficult business to get started, and there's some things that go on that, given the current economic climate that's going on right now,
there's a lot of things going on that make it. Let me make sure I phrase this right, not to get but there's a lot of things going on in America and in Arkansas. And this business comes to town. And they see my salary and they think, well, what is this about? Yeah, that's a legitimate question to ask, and it's a legitimate question to answer. Okay? And what I hope to do is be able to answer that by what we do. And then people will have to judge. What I want is just people, let us flip on the switch and let us do the lottery math at the end of the film. And then people will have to judge. Is it 0 or 5 million, 10 million, or 15 million, or 20 million, whatever that figure is going to be. I think it's going to be over 0. And then if that means a scholarship that some young Arkansans wouldn't get it, they're going to have to judge. Is this a good thing right now?